I think Crappy likes it. Thank you again, everybody who has followed and subscribed. Jingle Storm, great job. I'm sad that you're eliminated, but that's how the cookie crumbles. Speaking about cookies, I feel like Crappy is in pursuit of one. Crappy, where are you going to take us? Not to the toilet. Oh, it's Kevin's toilet. That's where the cookie is. Crap. I don't want toilet cookies. Ugh. Dumb. Yeah, toilet cookie chat. I know you're already talking about the toilet cookie. Gross. There were toilet cookies in the last Home Alone game that we had, but hopefully this next game doesn't have one. Please welcome on in our GM for game number 2 of today, Corn Dan. Oh, I can't even see your name. Look at all these emotes. Time Stalker, thank you for the gift subs there. You are way too kind. And Prism Ranger as well. Corn Dan, we're hiding. We're behind all of those emotes.
There could be toilet cookies.
What?
Where the cookies in this next game come from.
Oh no.
So,
are there cookies in the next game?
There are.
Okay, are there toilet cookies?
We just had a licensed Christmas game, right?
Yeah.
We need another one, right? I mean, it's Christmas time.
Okay, I guess so, yeah.
So, what's the next like Christmas movie a lot of people younger than me think of, right? You might think of Home Alone because everybody thinks that. You might think Die Hard. I looked for a Die Hard game.
I mean, there are Die Hard games, yeah.
Right, that would be pretty cool, right? Die Hard's Christmas movie. But have you ever thought to yourself, you know what else I need in my life? Tim Allen. I need some Tim Allen in my life, and I want it to be a Christmas movie, and I want it to be a licensed game, right?
I don't know if we need Tim Allen. Like, okay, the first Santa Claus movie was pretty okay. I didn't know they made a game based off of that movie, though.
But you know what's more awesome than the first Santa Claus? The third Santa Claus, which they did make a game for.
Yeah, the Escape Clause. I hope that we get to use that clause like right now, because
I don't know if we will or not.
Oh my gosh, Corn Dan. I'm not sure I'm prepared for this nightmare. I didn't even know there was a third Santa Claus movie until fairly recently. I think within the last year or so. So the fact that there's a Game Boy game.
I have heard there's in fact even a fourth one, and it's a TV show.
Well, that doesn't count as a movie then.
That's true. And it's not on the Game Boy Advance.
Well, you know what? Don't let your memes be dreams or whatever the crap,
Well, I mean, I don't really care. I'm not the one playing this.
Yeah, same. Well, luckily, the people who are playing this, they're going to have a full hour to try to make as much progress as they can, and whoever does takes the victory.
It's probably better than Santa Claus Saves the Earth.
That's not really that
that's not
hard.
A high bar.
No, it's not. Although I appreciate Santa Claus Saves the Earth. It was the first game developed by a company. Was it in
Lithuania?
Lithuania. There we go.
Oh yeah, I mean it had ideas and no idea how to deal with them.
Yeah, honestly, it's a little close to outsider art when it comes to video games, and I very much appreciate it. I appreciate games going outside of the norm. Games based off of movies, though, tend to do that a little bit less, and we'll have to see what this game decides is a good idea.
Look, I'll tell you what I have to say about this game. You see the look on that Grackle's face? That's about what I think about this game.
Oh, I see the look. Okay. Ooh, we've got Papa music. Crap. It's never a good game if you start with Papa. That's just the rule. As soon as there's Papa music, I'm not interested. Well, here are our 4 players. Julo Ninja, Captain Drake. I can't even use English correctly today, Corn Dan. It's just my life. We've got Polterghost and Mifa. All 4 of these players will try to make as much progress as they can over the course of an hour, and whoever does takes the victory and gets 10 points. Some people are getting eliminated during the matches that we have right now, but none today in this group.
None in this one. This is like the 20-point group. Well, we only had 3 20 points left, and so Mifa offered to act as tribute, right, from the 17 points.
Yeah, it's always good to have a
So
tribute.
no matter what, everybody's going on, even if Mifa gets last.
Good. I've noticed that there's some weird, like, green lines appearing over the game.
I think it's the
Do you think it's the game
mode.
or the
It's
just
not
the demo?
Yep.
Well, everybody,
And they can start.
I think we are ready to begin. So get all of your emotes ready. Everything Santa related, toilets and cookies as well. What else would be appropriate for this game, Corndan?
Oh, I mean, Santa tanks. Tanks are appropriate as.
Why are tanks appropriate?
You'll see.
I mean, they were appropriate for Paris Dakar Rally, which we had yesterday on the
They're appropriate here too.
Oh, good. Okay. So Santa, tanks, I guess Christmassy things, death. And there we go. I'm getting started, and I will actually start the timer in Discord.
Oh. They're gonna hate me. So how are we judging progress on this? And it's on completion. So levels are completion. Getting all those milk and cookies is completion. There's some other stuff, right? That's all completion. I didn't tell them a whole lot about that. Just, you know.
So you have to.
Right. I said
This is a collectathon.
Is yes and no. I mean, it's a platformer, but it has collectathon stuff. You can 100% the game. It will show that on the save select screen, right? So when we get to the end, they will be showing us, you know, what that is, and we're gonna go by completion, right? Like percentage.
The completion percentage is how we are judging them. So getting towards 100% completion is actually
absolutely.
So great. They have to explore as Tim Allen Santa Claus.
Yes, they do. But the nice thing is that you and I can be lazy about tracking that, Ben, right? And just talk about what's going on, because that's all we need, right?
It's true.
Everything else will be tracked for us.
You know what? I'm glad that you can't recognize that he's Tim Allen at all. Tim Allen, whatever. He was fine
I'll tell you
at
what,
the time.
I went looking for controls for this, right? You know, I wanted to try to give them controls. I did not give them controls, by the way, because I couldn't find a manual.
Okay.
But apparently, and then I realized I didn't care about it because it has a tutorial in game.
Well, yeah.
But you know, I mean, because it's that time frame. But anyway, so what I had to laugh at is GameFAQs is still around, right? But they don't have FAQs anymore. So all they have is like the message boards and stuff, like for these old games. And so the message board with this was someone saying that this game looks amazing on the GBA micro. Drop your SP, get a GBA micro. It's like HD for your GBA games.
Okay.
So I want you to know that. So Captain Drake is like the furthest along, right? And you have to break through ice walls sometimes. and you do that by getting out Santa's tank.
Yeah. Santa's tank. I mean, I'm glad that Santa at least gets a tank. I figure if you are the ruler of the North Pole, you gotta have some defensive equipment. And I mean, you have to be the commander-in-chief, right?
Probably.
Unless maybe you're like part of the nobility and thus don't matter. You're like King Charles. You know, he doesn't matter at all. He doesn't get a tank, which is a good thing. I don't want him to have a tank. Okay,
So Polterghost is kind of seen the way, like, I'm gonna go collect everything.
Okay.
Right, which is the right way to go here.
I think you're right. Yeah, Polterghost is really... I mean, Polterghost won the last Kusog7ande, and they have a very good grasp of what they need to do very quickly. But then again, all of the players here are very good players, you know? I don't.
But I didn't want to track progress, right? I gotta go make dinner after this, and so I don't want my brain to be fried while I'm trying to cook. So I found the way that it's the easiest, absolute, bar none easiest way to track.
Yeah. So Oh, okay, never mind. I was a little bit confused looking at scores, but now I'm less confused. So yeah, everybody has 20 points except for Mifa, who has 17 points.
Yep.
What the players just need to do is do their best in this match, and the person who takes first is very likely going to be moving into the bracket. It's going to be
100%, right? Because we've had a couple of these go about the same.
Yeah, I'd say if Mifa wins, that's the only doubt. But otherwise, any of the other three players are made. Yeah, they made it.
Yeah, well, and even with Mifa, if Mifa gets 10 points, Mifa's basically going to the tiebreakers, right? Because that's probably going to be 29.
I mean, at the very minimum, 29. Yeah.
So it probably at the very maximum 29 would be my actual real guess.
What do you mean? That would be a first and a fourth place if Mifa takes first in this match and first in the next match.
And 29 is probably the highest. If Mifa takes first in this match, that puts them at 27.
Correct.
And then fourth in the next match, that puts them at 29. I don't know how you're getting anything else.
No, you said that the most Mifa's gonna get is 29. No, if they take first and then first,
if
that's
they take
37.
first, the worst they're going to get is 29.
Yeah, there you go.
Are you not paying attention?
I thought you weren't paying attention.
I was clearly paying attention.
We're just the Spider-Man meme, Corndan. We're the Spider-Man meme where the Spider-Man points at Spider-Man and the other Spider-Man points back.
No, that would only be true if you were paying attention to anything that was going on.
Are you paying attention?
I said what I said. Anyway, but so even then, 29 is most likely the very worst case of what we would see for tiebreak.
Yep.
So we could see. We could maybe see like 28, and in which case, now Captain Drake, if you look right, is now on an auto scroller where we have to deliver presents.
Yeah. Do they explode?
And like money.
See, like, how do you tell if it goes into the house?
Like when that thing goes away.
Just when it sparkles.
Right. It's got like a sparkle of like.
Do you have limited presents?
I don't think so. I think you've got unlimited presents somehow.
Well, I would spam
you can
them.
Pull like, well, because you don't want to like get out of there. Like some of them need bags of money.
Well, switch.
Some of them need like presents.
Mesh AB. Just drop every.
Maybe it's like Paperboy, because I don't remember. I was actually trying to play this like legit here. Maybe it's like Paperboy.
What is this music? I kind of like it. How is this music good?
All right.
The sound effects aren't good. They're a little odd, but the music is rocking. Like, you put this in, like, Chrono Trigger, nobody asks. This is just perfect.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yay! 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 Oh!
It could be back to Cole's time.
Yeah, those are because they make sad sounds when they get those. But that's the correct thing. Those are bags of coal that you are throwing down. Yeah, that's. Uh-oh, Mifa, you threw a present at the bag of coal house. That's okay. They didn't accept the present. I would have taken both, though. Gotta be honest.
Yeah. So when all of this went on, I just straight up laid out and just said, when they're like, do we need to collect everything? I said, that is up to you.
Well, yeah, but as long as the goal is very clear that they need to
the goal
get like the percentage is what they're being based off of.
Yep.
Yeah.
But right now, here's the thing. There's a lot of games, right, where it's percentage is like. Is it collectible percentage? Is it like progress percentage? I'll let them figure it out.
Yeah, and that's completely fine. I think that they will all figure it out. I sort of like when we have games that like are a little bit less clear what you have to do in order to make progress. When it's for a high-scoring group where nobody's getting eliminated, because that way we can do extra trolls.
I mean, I kind of like it in any sort of way. Like once you get like past round 2, right?
Yeah.
Like people got to be smart about what they're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that, you know, they're good players. That's why they got here.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I guess like
so they can figure it out, and it's not my problem. You know, if I can say I expressly told you what progress was, right?
Whoa.
If you weren't sure what you thought that was, right, then you should have been grabbing the items too.
I want to say I was just impressed by some of the moves that Mifa was making, because Mifa learned that if you jump up and use your cape in order to catch wind that boosts you higher, you can still save a double jump in order to get a little bit higher onto a platform.
You actually have to use that early on.
Yeah.
Right, in that first level, there's a couple of spots that you have to use that, right, to basically gain. If you're trying to go 100% everything, right?
Yeah.
There's a couple of spots where you would have to use that to get some milk and cookies.
Gotcha. So right now, even though Polterghost and Mifa are currently the farthest through the game, percentages may vary based off of how much they've collected.
Yeah, I think actually Captain Drake is the farthest along.
Like percent-wise?
No.
No, Mifa's already been here. Or have? I don't know anymore.
So every level is like 2 parts.
Okay. Yeah, you may be right then. I barely know what's happening most days in Kusog7ande.
Oh, that's fine. That's partly the reason why I chose this particular, right? Because you know what? We don't really know what's going on. Like there's like infinite continues, right? I mean, it just boots you back. You can just go back to level selection.
That's typical Game Boy shovelware stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So we're kind of in that like, okay, you know, none of that really matters. And since we're looking at progression, it doesn't matter like how far they got, right? Because it's literally going to show us on the stage select on the file select screen when we're done.
Yeah, I actually, for a collectathon, I don't hate this.
No, it's not. You know what? I mostly picked it because you know it's Christmas time, right? More than anything.
Yeah.
It's not the world's best game. It's not great, right? The ice physics when you're on ice are terrible. Some of the enemies are pretty bad. You know what they expect you to do sometimes is not great.
True.
But it's not terrible.
Yeah, I also
got this
really
when I was
love
like
the giant
7.
snowball chasing Captain Drake. Wait, you got that? You played this as a kid?
No. I said if I had gotten this and I were like 7, right? I don't think I'd have been like super like upset over it.
Gotcha. I just wish you did get this when you were a kid. No, I feel like...
Look, the Game Boy Advance didn't come out until I was out of high school.
I feel like the only Christmas game that I would have liked as a kid, well, there are two, like, what was it? The Jazz, not Jazz Jackrabbit?
I had that one as a kid.
Yeah, I think I think I did have that, and then I guess Home Alone counts, and then finally Elf Bowling because I had no taste when I was a kid.
Oh, Home Alone 100% counts.
Yeah, that was... Well, what's great about Home Alone on the NES is that it's not so Christmas themed that you feel like you can only play it around Christmas time. It, like, you can play it at any time and still, quote unquote, enjoy it. Yeah. However, this game, I feel like if you're playing this game not in December, you've made a mistake.
Right. I just want to point out, right? Why is this big snowball coming around? And that's because Martin Short's a jerk.
Oh, it's true. I have not seen the third Santa Claus movie. I think I saw the second one, but apparently they have become fever dreams by the third one.
Look, I've seen the first one. That's the only one I've seen.
It was pretty good.
It's all right.
Yeah, I'd say that Tim Allen, I don't know if he should have become a movie star. Home Improvement, that's probably where he should have stayed there, you know? You did fine as the voice for Buzz Lightyear. And you did fine in the Santa Claus. Yeah.
That he didn't come back for the new Buzz Lightyear stuff. Right, because then I love the idea that there's a voice that's the toy, and there's a voice that's like the real Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah. Oh, Galaxy
Quest is really good.
Yeah, I would say that is probably the best thing that Tim Allen has done. There are a lot of people who are on TV who try to make a move to movies and don't really have that much success. Tim Allen did actually have some really good movies. Galaxy Quest is like a huge meme in my family. Like, everybody owns a copy in my family. And it's the perfect Star Trek parody. It's really, really good. With that said, I don't know how Tim Allen's doing these days. I think he's turned into an old, grumpy boy. And he needs to be less grumpy. Stop being grumpy, you grumpy boy. There you go. Maybe I imagine Santa Claus can't be holly and jolly all day long, you know? I
bet he is. I bet it's a genetic trait.
I don't know. I've seen Tim Allen in the Santa Claus, and he was pretty grumpy.
I didn't say Tim Allen could, but Santa Claus can.
Tim Allen is Santa Claus. What are you talking about?
You know, you got to work that up. Like, all that magic of Christmas is going through his body and changing his DNA. And it takes a while.
Yeah, that does. Actually, I have to wonder, what if you die and then they, like, bring you back in the emergency room? Like, you die for 1 minute or so. Do you lose your Santa Claus, or are there now two Clauses?
I don't know.
I really need to know this information. Mifa, by the way, is doing very well. Mifa, I believe, is in second. Captain Drake in first. Linear-wise.
From a progress linear-wise.
However, the true test is going to be who has completed the highest percent of the game.
Yep.
Even if they do, quote-unquote, beat the game, they may be able to go back and get a higher percent on levels where they didn't do as well.
Correct.
Yeah, people are like, is it Buffy the Vampire Slayer rules when it comes to Santa Claus? Yeah, Buffy. Here's the deal, Corndan. Buffy died, and then they brought her back to life, and then there were 2 Slayers because of that. It was pretty good having a whole bunch of Slayers. By the end of Buffy, though, like, Slayer rules really changed. Not that they changed, it's just that, like, everybody learned that they could be a Slayer, not just the Slayer, you know? I like
Well,
Buffy.
I don't know because I didn't watch Buffy.
Okay. I'd actually say that Buffy, at least up through season 4 or so, still really works camp-wise, and after that, it becomes a little bit more serious, and I enjoy it, but it becomes a Joss Whedon show. Which is still good. It's still good, it's just it takes a very different turn. This music is really creepy. Why am I creeped out by the Santa Claus music? Are they... Well, I guess everybody's trying to murder Santa at this point. And there are a lot of ducks.
Yeah, it's Santa Claus's weapon is a duck thing.
I wish I had a duck as a weapon. Wah, wah. So right now, Corndan, I'm thinking after this match, I'm probably going to do a little bit of the new Dwarf Fortress because that did come out, and it's been my life this week.
Really? Who'd have guessed?
I know, right? Yeah. But I probably should play a little bit of it on stream. With that said, we still have a decent amount of time left in this game, and Mifa just turned into this thing.
Yeah, the bonus areas are like elves. Mifa's got the right idea. Just tank yourself as an elf. It's not gonna...
But Captain Drink is now actually playing as a... Oh, this is Tim Allen.
That's actually Tim Allen.
Oh, no. I hate that you have to go and become Tim Allen again. No.
That was the escape clause.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's trying to not be the Santa Claus anymore. Yay! Does anybody mind if I spoil the story for Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause? It has been about 16 years since it came out. I feel like that's long enough that I can go ahead and give you some lore. Okay.
I think that is more than fine.
Well, here we go. So, essentially, it's been 12 years since Scott Calvin became Santa Claus. His wife, Carol Newman, tells a group of young elves a story from her life with Scott while expecting their first child. Blah, blah, blah. This is so boring. He then goes to a meeting of the Council of Legendary Figures. There's Mother Nature, Father Time, Easter Bunny, Cupid, Tooth Fairy, Sandman. And then they're all worried about Jack Frost, who is a big, nerdy jerk. What a jerk. Okay. Who was played by Martin Short, as you said. Yeah. Because he has been promoting himself during the Christmas season, Mother Nature suggests sanctions against him. What else is Jack Frost gonna do his thing? He's like integral to the Christmas season. He gives you frostbite.
You're asking the wrong people, like, oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say Mother Nature is a little bit picky. Santa Claus, you do not get to corner the winter market, okay? You get one day. You get one freaking day. People started putting Christmas decorations up before Halloween this year, Corndan. I swear. And it's inexcusable. I hate it. Ugh. Yeah, stores were full of Christmas decorations. I do know that when I was traveling to Chicago, like, every once in a while I heard Christmas music and I was like, ugh. But then I realized Thanksgiving's over. I have to be patient. You know, now that Thanksgiving has passed, you can play Christmas music. It's just I'm still going to be bitter if it's November 29th.
I think that, like, look, if it's after Thanksgiving and you want to do Christmas music, like, that's fine.
Yes.
Right? Because,
I will complain, but it's fine.
I'm not even going to complain.
I won't complain once it hits December, but I will say that you're allowed to. I'm not boycotting your store because you're playing Christmas music, but I'm going to be upset because we still have, like, more than 2 weeks until Christmas, okay? You're not playing freaking Halloween music on the, in September, are you? No.
I know people who do, yeah.
Well, Costco doesn't.
Well, Costco is not the arbiter of Americans as well. Okay, you know what they actually might be?
Okay, what else happens? Okay, sanctions against Jack Frost. Scott attempts to get the in-laws to come without revealing that he's Santa, and then Jack Frost negotiates a light sentence of community service at the North Pole because he's just exists. How would you like... Oh my gosh, this is too true. For existing, Jack Frost has to do community service.
I think that's a reasonable punishment for Martin Short.
Honestly, he should always be doing community service at this point. You owe us a lot, Martin. Okay, so he helps Scott and the elves put up various Canadian-themed paraphernalia, as Carol's parents believe Scott is a toy maker in Canada. Oh, okay, so instead of being like, I'm Santa Claus, he's like, I'm a toy maker in Canada, so they just put up, like, Canadian decorations. I like that. That's a good plot point. However, Frost realizes that there's a way that Santa can renounce being Santa and lose his power. So what does he do? When now head elf Curtis inadvertently reveals the escape clause, Frost sneaks into the Hall of Snow Globes and steals Scott's one containing Scott as Santa. What? Frost sneaks into the Hall of Snow Globes and steals Scott's one containing Scott as Santa. That's not a real sentence, Wikipedia. You need to edit this. If Scott holds the globe and wishes to have never been Santa at all, he will go back in time and undo his career as Santa. What? He gets time travel with his snow globe?
Sure.
Lucy discovers it, and then Jack Frost freezes her parents and locks her in a closet. Wouldn't it be better to just freeze her? Okay, whatever. He then orchestrates situations that make Scott think he must resign to make things better. Okay, so he's like, haha, freezing these people, trapping, your in-laws are frozen. Honestly, I feel like that might be a benefit for some people.
I don't talk to my in-laws very much.
Yeah, so you would probably be like, heck, I'll be Santa forever at this point. It means they're never unfrozen. Yeah, I do like that we have people hopping in chat saying they didn't like Home Improvement at all. Here's the deal. Home Improvement was only good because of the Tool Time segments. That's why you watched Home Improvement, because of Tim the Toolman Taylor and Al Borland. They were the best.
I mean, you really just saw it for Al Borland.
Oh my gosh, that beard, it's so good.
Or his neighbor,
Wilson.
right over the fence. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been like a decade since I've said that name, but I still remember it. Okay, so blah. So they go back in time. Scott's standing in his front yard in 1994 when he causes Santa to fall off his roof and die. And then the original Santa falls off the roof, grabs Santa's coat, but Jack Frost grabs Santa's coat before Scott can. Then Scott is sent to an alternate year, 2006. He travels back to the future, and he's been a CEO for 12 years? Okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, honestly, Corn Dad, if I became a CEO for 12 years, I would like to not remember any of it and just have been time traveled to the future where I have all the money without any of the responsibility. Perfect. And without, yeah, no memories, all the money. Oh my gosh.
Apparently, if the cop catches you here, like, you just get frozen.
Yeah, I think that instead of dying, you just turn into an icicle. It's Jack Frost themed, you know? That's sort of what it's all about. Here's what annoys me about, like, Game Boy Advance era games, okay? Because we've got these platforms that look 3D, but they're not. They're all 2D platforms. But guess what? Yep. You don't have a shadow to show when you are actually over the platform, and that makes platforming a little bit trickier. Also, ice physics. I guess this is a winter game, so that's fine. But still.
Yeah, you can...
Let me just say, if you're up in the mountains, Corndan, and you're running around fighting snowmen, there's not ice, there's snow, okay? Like, unless you're going along the animal paths. Well, yeah, but you have to have something compacting it. If it's up in the random mountains, who's pushing the snow down? Everything's hibernating except for the deer. The deer
bear.
The bear's
the answer is always bears.
The bear's sleeping.
Not the polar bears.
Okay, I guess that's a point. If you're in the North Pole, then yeah. But if you see a polar bear, you're dead. So just stay away from...
Not if it's just like rolling around in the snow having a good time. Then you leave that polar bear alone. You don't want to get anywhere near that.
Yeah, but if you see it, it's going to get you. You go, yeah.
Not if it's more concerned with, like, you know, rolling in the snow, eating whales or something.
Okay, if it already has like a mouthful of baby seal, then you might be fine, but you gotta get away. Don't run, walk. Actually,
Speaking
I don't know. Look
this
up
sort of
polar
stuff,
bear stats.
you know what? You know to know what one of the predators of an orca whale is?
What?
Moose.
No, there's no way.
Yes?
How do moose eat whale? There's no way, cool man.
Sorry, orcas are natural predators of moose.
Oh,
you know?
the other way around. I was thinking that you said moose were predators of orcas. I could see,
yeah, you know,
I
the
could
orcas,
see killer
the orcas
whales
beach
eating
themselves,
moose.
and then the orcas beach themselves, and the moose are like, well, "I'm having none of this," and then just gore them up.
Yeah. Yeah, moose definitely are dangerous.
I don't
don't
get
go
stuff
near
about
the
moose crossing around here. I am not going around anywhere near that. I know better.
Yeah, if you see a moose, don't get out of your car. No matter how tempted you are to get a picture. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you, the people who go to Yellowstone are some of... like, there's a reason people die in stupid ways. And, like, as soon as you see the way that people act at Yellowstone, you're like... You lose all faith in humanity, because I've seen kids go run out over, like, specifically areas where there are hot water, like boiling water, and like parents have to go run out and grab the child, and it's like the parents could fall into the like, what if the surface breaks and they fall into the boiling water? You know, I'm glad that they're rescuing their kid, but honestly, we might witness a few deaths just standing here right now. Or like everybody who stops as soon as they see a buffalo, they get out and start taking pictures, like, and the buffalo's 20 feet away. It's like, yeah, you know what? If it decides to kill you, you can't get in your car in time. You are so dead. You are like extra dead at this point. So Tim Allen in this game sort of makes Tim Allen sounds, except when he jumps, when he goes, woo! Maybe that's a Tim Allen sound as well, though.
I don't know.
See, we don't have much. We need more of that.
Does Santa do that? Maybe the CEO would do that, but they're not going to put it in here.
Yeah, but he's CEO right now. Look at him. He's wearing a business suit and everything.
Why are you at the North Pole in a business suit?
Probably because he's trying to become Santa Claus again. He's got to kill Jack Frost. How do you kill an immortal being when you're a CEO of boring business place?
Flamethrowers.
Oh my gosh, good point. He can afford one now. Okay. So apparently Jack Frost turned the North Pole into a theme park because that's practical. Per the lore here, Christmas is now Frostmas. The elves are miserable. That's possibly the worst name change I have ever heard, but for Martin Short, it's very appropriate.
I'll give it to you.
Frostmas, everybody. You want to celebrate Frostmas? The elves are miserable. The reindeer are confined to a petting zoo. Wait. Okay, if he just puts his first name in Christmas, like, Christmas is... Guess what? It's got Christ in the name, and I'm pretty sure Tim Allen would rather have it be Sant Timmus. Allenmus. That'd be fun. Okay, anyway, sorry, I'm getting really distracted here. Reindeer are confined to a petting zoo, and parents can pay for their kids to be placed on the nice list. Yes, bribery. I approve, like, bribe Santa. That's what we do with the milk and cookies.
Right.
Yeah, it's just, you know what? Honestly, leaving $5 out for Santa is probably fine as well. Like, I'm sure.
If you
Or a gift card, a $5 Golden Corral gift card.
there's no Golden Corral near me. I mean Santa.
Well, he doesn't. He can go travel. He's got a freaking sleigh. Yeah.
I can't park that at like Golden Corral. You know, where am I going to put a reindeer?
On top. Come on, Corn Man.
I'm pretty sure you'll get arrested for animal endangerment.
Go at night.
Then no one's at Golden Corral.
Okay, but not that late at night. Look, park them on the other side of town, and then take an Uber. Whatever, you can. I'm sure you can spend.
Why would Santa take an Uber? He's got a sled.
Billable, thank you for the raid. Lots of people coming on over. Good to have you. Where would you park Santa's sleigh so that you weren't arrested for animal endangerment / damaging property?
I mean, in somebody's backyard.
Actually, chat's got a good point. Golden Corral, it's a corral. Actually, where I live, there are enough fields, you could just put the... Nobody would even question it. They'd be like, wow, that's a really realistic Santa feature that somebody installed there. And it's like, haha, it's really Santa. Other people are saying they think it can hover. And I believe they're right. Per Santa Claus lore, they can just sort of just float in the air and you can float down.
Look,
from the
you want to
sleigh.
know?
Yeah.
You all want to know how all 8 reindeer fly? It's a simple answer. Taco Bell.
Oh my gosh, I'm not... Well, then gives everybody, instead of milk and cookies, leave a Taco Bell gift card out, okay? Santa will appreciate it.
As the local Santa rep, right? I would appreciate it if you left me like 3 soft tacos and a chicken burrito.
Oh my gosh, beefy 5-layer burrito. That.
Yeah, like a 5-layer, a couple 5-layer burritos and a beer.
I don't think they have that at Taco Bell. I mean, I guess you could get beer somewhere else. Yeah. Jack Frost. No! Captain Drake now falling as Tim Allen. That's a little horrifying. Enjoy your death. Yeah, but Bilbo actually has a good point. There are some places in various towns that have hitching posts.
Captain Drake technically beat the game, right? But remember, this is on completion.
Yep, Captain
I
Drake.
think they're gonna realize. He's gonna realize here in just a second that is not the end.
Oh, what? It's pulling a Banjo-Kazooie on us?
No, I mean,
Oh.
it could actually be the end, but as far as we're concerned for progress, right?
Yeah, simply put, we don't know what percentage Captain Drake has completed.
If it's not 100, there's more things to do.
It'll be time to go back and find the rest of the milk and cookies. How much milk does Santa need?
Like 20 per segment.
Oh, okay. 20 milk.
Yeah, 20 milk. 20 bottles of milk, man.
Okay, let's see. How do you see the percentage?
All right, so if he hits back here.
Oh, there we go. Candy Cavern's definitely where you need to go, Captain Drake. There we go.
Now here's the thing, the level doesn't just like give you like, oh, here are the ones you haven't collected, right?
You have to get them all.
Everything's back, yeah.
Oh, no, it's like Banjo-Kazooie if it was bad.
Yeah.
Although, I'm trying to remember, like, do the notes come back in Banjo-Kazooie if you leave and then come back to the level, or is it locked in?
Mifa is on her way to the final boss.
Yeah.
Right, and there's my guess is Mifa's actually been doing really good. I imagine that if we were to go to the save screen, right, the save select, so not the level select, where we can see each of however they're doing, right, but the actual save select, I bet Mifa's progress would be higher than Captain Drake's, but
Okay.
I'm not 100% certain.
Well, there we go. Captain Drake onto the second section here. Yeah, right now, there's really no way for us to know for sure who is winning until we hit the hour mark and see everybody's progress on each level. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, Mifa is now an icicle. Poor Tim Allen. I don't know, cryogenically frozen. That might be what Tim wants.
Amazing Toaster chat is right. Apparently, Kusog7ande says, "Ooh."
I love it. It's so good. Oh, watch out, Poltergeist. The police, they tried to get you. Because you're you're a businessman. No, they don't try to get people in suits. What are we talking about? Yeah.
Amazing Toaster, I can't unhear that now.
The Who? It's good.
Yeah.
It's a good hoot.
Was it as good as the woodblock, though?
Wait a second. Okay, so the way that Tim Allen manages to get Jack Frost to not be Santa anymore is by... Apparently he recorded Jack Frost using a recording pen, like one that records a voice and you can play it over. Tim Allen got the snow globe back, played the line from Jack Frost saying, "I wish I was never Santa at all," and apparently that is enough to trick the forces of the universe into taking away Jack Frost's Santa power. That's dumb. That's like the dumbest. Oh my gosh. I've never seen the movie, and I'm gonna say that is so dumb. Yeah, Mifa has cleared the game, but remember, we are judging based off of progress and not based off of...
I'm just going to put it out there, right? You know, if your save isn't at 100%, you'll have things to do.
Yep, that's exactly how it
right,
is.
And I think that's fair, right, to lay that out. Captain Drake is, you know, already kind of figured that out, right? Is going back and looking at that. Kind of finally picked up on the, you know, progress matters.
Yes.
Right.
Other people in chat are saying things that I definitely agree with. This is not holding up to the D+ standard set by Santa Claus 2. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's probably true. I don't really know.
Definitely true. I don't even remember Santa Claus 2. But it's better than this.
I barely remember Santa Claus 1.
I remember it existed, and I remember that, like, the hot chocolate sounded like the most amazing thing in the world.
Apparently somebody's made that and is actually really good.
I think that I would prefer, like, coffee these days. I gotta be honest. Coffee and cookies, I'm gonna take that over milk and cookies.
I mean, like, a good mocha, though. Mocha's fine.
Mocha's good.
That's basically, right, that's basically just coffee and hot chocolate.
Yeah, you're right. And now Mifa is now an ugly little elf and is dead.
Yeah, it's not hard to,
Bonk. Wait, is this a bonus area?
Yes.
Is this part of completion, though?
I have no idea.
Well, okay. Mifa's save apparently said 70%, so that's pretty decent. I don't know what Captain Drake's was, but hey, we know how Mifa is doing. By the way, nobody is getting eliminated from this match today, but they will. Oh, Captain Drake at 68%, so you're right, Corndad. Mifa's a little bit ahead. With that said, Julo Ninja and Poltergeist, like, Poltergeist has been pretty thorough at collecting things. I wouldn't be too surprised if when Poltergeist clears the game, they have a decent percentage there, yeah. Okay, let me try to finish this lore since I've been going in and out of lore for the last like 30 minutes or so. Okay, so using the novelty pen with Frost's recorded voice, both of them go back to the year 1994, and then Scott restrains Jack long enough to let his 1994 counterpart get the coat from Santa Claus, making him Santa Claus again, and then both of them get sent to the original timeline. And then it is a paradox because how would he know? I don't know. Here's the deal. At least they're not trying to make time travel make sense. Like, if they tried to make it make sense, they would have made it even worse. Just wouldn't work. Okay, Scott reconciles with his family. Jack is arrested by elf police. Yeah, that's right, the elf cops get him. Okay, that's cool. He reveals he cannot unfreeze his victims unless he unfreezes himself, something he says he'll never do. Scott convinces Lucy via a snow globe he had given her earlier of her warmly hugging a snowman to give Frost a magic hug to unfreeze and reform him. So by hugging Martin Short, they managed to melt him. That's cool, I guess. Okay. It works! Lauren, Neil, unfreeze, and Frost becomes a new person. The Canada ruse is dropped, and Scott appears as Santa to Carol's parents. With 2 hours remaining before Santa must leave for his Christmas deliveries, Carol goes into labor. What? What? She immediately starts having baby?
Sure. Why not?
I'm glad she was able to hold the baby in until then, but then, baby time. I'm sorry, Justin. I know that what I said is not right. Justin only walked into the last part of that and gave me a look, but he brought me food, so I approve. People are saying it's like The Witcher. Yeah, it's like The Witcher. I think less demonic, but yeah, like The Witcher.
Possible.
Okay. Months later, while Carol is telling the tale to her students, Scott walks in to reveal their son, Buddy Claus. He named his son Buddy. That's the name of a pet. That's what you name a dog. Like, is his dog a puppy? Or is his child a puppy? Maybe.
All right, so I would take a look here. Poltergeist is about to take on Jack Frost. Right, so we should get a good look there at what the overall percent completion is.
Yeah. Poltergeist might actually have a pretty high percentage. Remember, everybody, this match, the progress is based off of their save file percent completion.
Yep.
Yeah. I believe you knew they would be able to clear the game. This game is not awfully long.
Right, it's like 6, areas of like 4 levels each. The levels only take a couple minutes. Of course, they're going to finish it. And honestly, the game is not bad. It's not great, right? I expect that whoever wins is going to come in and be like, this game wasn't terrible. Right? I don't care. It's Christmas.
Yeah. That sort of is more upsetting that you have a Tim Allen game based off of Santa Claus 3 that actually is kind of okay.
It's probably better than the movie.
Honestly, yeah. I'm kind of enjoying this game. I do not want to watch the movie. My parents actually came and visited me yesterday. It was really nice to have them over, and I remember we were talking about movies, and I mentioned that we saw the Sonic movies in theater, and they're like, how are they? And I'm like, they're okay. They're okay. Like, I'm not embarrassed to watch them. And like, there's some movies that you watch, and at least for me, I feel like I have to look around and see if anybody is watching me watch it, because I don't want people to know that I'm watching it, because it is so bad that I just feel terrible knowing that anybody has seen me seeing it, Do you know that experience, Cordan, or is this
Yep.
Yeah. This game, no, I'm fine with it. However, the movie, I
So
feel
Poltergeist
like
is at 74%.
that's a decent amount for. Like I still feel like Mifa and Cap and Drake may have been able to pass that by this point already, but still, 70...
Yeah, it's hard to say, right? Like, how much are some of these levels worth? And if you're really talking, oh, I got most of the stuff in a level. So I don't really know.
I don't know. But yeah, if people are wondering, this was made by a company called First Playable Productions. It was made in New York, and the company made other games such as Big Hero 6, Battle in the Bay, Ben 10, Omniverse. Didn't we have that on Kusog7ande? Wasn't that a...
We had Ben 10 on Big Bad Gameathon.
Oh, it was a Jimmy Neutron game that we had. I bet they did Jimmy Neutron as well, huh?
I mean,
Yogi Bear
would be in the same vein.
Another Ben 10. World of Zoo. What the crap does that even mean? World of Zoo. Zoo World.
Can't they like transform into animals or something?
I mean, okay, that, like, if it's Animorphs, that would be cool. There's, like, no description about this game. It just exists on the website. World of Zoo. First off, it could be Zoo World. Second off, I don't care. That's dumb. They also made Cabbage Patch Kids, the Patch Puppy Rescue. That was their first game. This game is their second game. For their second game? How is this good? It's not great, but some of this is pretty dang good. I enjoy this. But
I mean, this feels reasonable-ish.
Yeah. It looks like this company also made Club Penguin, Elite Penguin Force. They made a Freddy Fish game. They made Imagine Cheerleader, My Virtual Tutor games. Yeah, another Club Penguin game. Pet zombies? I don't want a pet zombie. Ugh. No, not a fan. Silverlicious Sweet Adventure. I don't know what that is.
So Jolo Ninja just finished. So now everybody has beat the game.
They made Disney Frozen Olaf's Quest. Yeah, we're gonna have to see what percentage Jolo Ninja has. Cooking Mama Cookstar. Isn't that the one that, like, was illegal or something? There was some illegal Cooking Mama game,
yes.
And I think it was that one. I don't remember why that Cooking Mama was illegal, but can people let me know why is Cooking Mama Cookstar illegal?
Because Cookstar is because they just ripped off all the assets and did it, right? It wasn't an approved game.
Oh, they made the game, but they didn't have the license.
Right.
Okay, that's always a good idea. That's gonna go over okay. Oh, the owner of the IP wasn't happy with the quality of the game, so they revoked the license, and the devs still released it? Now that takes some guts. So people are pointing out Jilo was at 76%. Okay. So right now, from what we've seen, Jilo Ninja had the highest percentage after completing the game. Everybody's going back and trying to get a higher percent. And honestly, I don't think there's any way for us to know until the match is over. So because of that, I'm going to eat my leftover curry from last night and enjoy the rest of this. Ooh, it's got some spice. Sorry, Corn Dad, I
bought stuff to make curry this week.
Yeah, what kind of curry?
Probably chicken curry.
Okay, but like what region?
Japanese style curry.
Okay, I love Japanese style curry as well. This is Indian curry. My
I mean,
parents,
Indian curry would be great too, but I can get the mix for the Japanese stuff at my local grocery store.
yeah, that's fair. My parents had never had Indian curry before, though. And
I do like Indian curry, I won't lie.
I was like, if you're willing to try it out, I am willing to go because I love it. And yeah, they enjoyed it. The place that we went, Guy Fieri actually visited, in our small town. We have some unusually good food places in my town.
I mean, I could, however, I'm kind of a little bit torn, right? Because if I'm going to go get Indian food, it's most likely going to be Vindaloo or Pan Paneer.
I mean, they do those.
I know.
Yeah, if anybody ever comes up to Logan, Utah, okay, let's say you go to RPG Limit Break and people do a day trip up to Logan, Utah, there's a fantastic curry place. There are great food places up here. You cannot go, well, I mean, you can go wrong with the few places, but like I've got the list of all the good food here. I would say sorry for doxing myself, but I've done it like 50 billion times already on this stream. Yeah, guess what? I don't really have that. I don't really have my personal, like, where I live in the world location as too much of a mystery. I'm in Logan, Utah. Yeah. And it has good food, and it is delicious. Hey, Mystery Funhouse, thank you for the raid. Come and enjoy the last of the Santa Claus 3, which is a mistake.
Yeah, kind of.
Sort of. Not that big of a mistake. Raiders come in, and I give them all of my personal information. Yeah, you want the magical 3 numbers on the back of my credit card? Just wait until after the match. Other people are saying that this was in Mystery Tournament before, and this game is actually kind of good. I like it.
I mean, it's fairly reasonable, right? It's not great. The ice controls are awful, and ice is like everywhere, right? And all of that, but it's not. You know what? I'm willing to argue it might not even be the worst game that's been played on this channel today.
No, what was the one before this? Home Alone.
Game Boy Home Alone.
Yeah, this is better. This is better music.
I think it probably is. It's at least better to watch.
Well, I'd even say that like the level layouts are unique compared to Home Alone Game Boy, where everything is like laid out like a house, because that's literally where you are. You're inside a house, and it's kind of.
I mean, that makes sense.
Everything is very samey, and at least like there are different obstacles in this. You get speed when you slide down an ice ramp. Like, I'm upset. This is one of the better Game Boy shovelware games I've seen. Or Game Boy Advance shovelware. I would have enjoyed
kind of
this.
part of the reason I picked it. Like, this is not, it's not super awful. I mean, it's not great, but it's not super awful.
Yeah, the worst part of this game is that it's associated with the Santa Claus 3.
Yeah, so its plot's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Right, and associated with that is...
Luckily, it doesn't have, like, surprise childbirth at the end like the movie does. Surprise! Baby time! Yeah, anyways, there you go. There you go. Although maybe if you read, like, the entire ending, there's suddenly a baby. Who knows? I don't know.
Well, I saw Julo at 70%. Or Captain Drake at 70%.
Yeah.
So that's an improvement over whatever he was at before.
Honestly, I don't like Captain Drake is kind of a legend over in the Mystery Tournament arena. All of the players here, you know, have done extremely well in Kusog7ande so far. And I think that, like, it really is anyone's game at this point. like
what I'm hoping.
Yeah, there's not much that they can do in the next minute or so, except like wrap up the level that they're on and hopefully lock in a little bit of a higher percentage. But again, this is going to be judged based off of whoever has the highest percentage on their save file when they are finished. So wrap up the little last bit that you're doing here and get it locked in.
Yep.
What do you have them do as soon as the hour hits? Just hit reset?
So I'm just exit out of the game and get to the save select screen.
Perfect.
Right, because that'll tell us everything we need to know, or it'll tell us if we have to go to the VODs to try to figure it out. I don't know if we'll be able to, but we're going to try. Okay, so Jewel Ninja's at 82%.
82% is the highest that we've seen. Oh my gosh, I don't like this music now.
I bet Mifa will be higher than that in the end, but it's going to be close.
How is like the sled flying music the best music in this game? It's actually really, really good. Well,
I don't know at all.
Here we go, everybody. That is time. We are through with the Santa Claus 3 on Game Boy Advance, and personally, I am fine with that. Although, again, one of the better games that I have seen especially based off of a Tim Allen movie. Mifa, 84%.
84? Oh!
Hey, Mifa, the one coming into this match with 17 points rather than 20, managed to take the first, being an upset. Mifa is moving on to round 4 with 27 total points. Holy crap! Yeah, so it's Mifa, followed by Julo, Polterghost, and Captain Drake in that order. That was freaking fantastic. Now, Julo Ninja is saying that they were slow compared to everybody else. I'd say that wasn't Julo Ninja the last one to beat the game?
Yeah, but Julo Ninja got more stuff.
Yeah, 82%. That's significant. That's not even like it didn't really matter how long it took them to beat the game because, you know, all of the collectibles added to the percentage and were super important. So Julo being thorough solidified the second place there. I do like that out of this group, you know, we had 3 people come in with perfect scores. Nobody is leaving with the perfect score.
Yep.
That is pretty dang cool. Yeah, Captain Drake is like, let me guess, all cookies and milk gave you a percent. And yeah, that is true. Corndan is saying you have to complete the level to lock it in. Yeah, if you do not complete the level, you did not get that addition for the percentage. Captain Drake is saying, I was only looking for snow globes. Oh,
and that's what's killing him.
Oh, no. Yeah, that would definitely do it.
Like, this is a tough, you know?
Yeah.
And so I kind of knew some of that, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so I like the approach. I think Mifa and Julo and even Polterghost had a really good idea. You know, get what you can while you're going through. Take a little extra time, you know, essentially so you don't have to come back to those levels. Now, they didn't know that, right? But I think all 3 of them caught on really well on that rather than...
Yeah.
What are you doing, Roar?
Hello, Roar. Goodbye, Roar. Okay, whatever. Whatever, Roar. Yeah, I'd say that all of them did do that. Captain Drake has done very well in mystery tournaments and is very good at just pushing through and finishing games quickly. And Captain Drake, I believe, finished this game before everybody else. But unfortunately, due to the 100% goal to get up to 100% in the game, that is really what lost Captain Drake the match. Hello there, Mifin. Congratulations. You did it. You got it.
Lolly ho.
Lolly ho indeed. Holy cow. Seriously, this was a great watch, and you did very well.
As for being a sacrifice, yes.
Yeah, here's the deal. You
That's how it goes.
like all three of the others had 20 points. You came in with 17 points. You know, you took second in one of your rounds. So the others with perfect scores going up against you, and you managed to take them down, Mifa.
Yes.
Just by a little bit. By a little bit. Actually, like, yeah, when we saw you finish the game, you know, you had a little bit of a higher percentage than Captain Drake did at that time. And we're like, Mifa has a pretty good chance then. And you just managed to, like, push that percentage quite significantly higher as you went back to the level. So great job there.
You definitely had some levels where you had only had like a third of the collectibles. And so I think that's what provided so much to your score after beating the game.
Yeah, but
So
I have to ask, what do you think of the game? Are you going to make Corndan mad?
I enjoyed it. It was a fun little game.
Yeah!
it's not good, but it's kind of fun.
I mean, it's almost good. Out of any collectathon in this world, this one's not too shabby. Again, I think the worst part about this game is that it's associated with the Santa Claus 3 with Tim Allen and Martin Short, because not exactly a good movie. But honestly, the game is better than the movie, and like, the shocking thing to me was how good, like, the flying music was when you're doing the present delivery. I was like, this belongs in a classic Super Nintendo RPG. What is it doing here?
Right?
Yeah. So you say that you enjoyed it. Like, were there some specific sections that you enjoyed, or what overall did you like about the game?
The platforming seems kind of tight until you start hitting the ice physics, and then momentum just carries you sometimes, and I just couldn't figure it around my head.
And then you hit the next platform and you fall off.
Yeah, pretty much, because you're trying to overcompensate from where you were.
Yeah, that's fun. Let's see. I'm just trying to think. You know, the platforming can be a little bit difficult, but I do like that you can get some significant speed boosts. I feel like there's a lot of potential for, like, just fast gameplay once you know everything that you're doing in it, you know? But yeah, with that said, I think that Corndan summed it up pretty right, that even though it is technically a bad game, due to the fact that it's based off of a terrible movie, that, you know, it's not the most polished game out there, still, like, it still is pretty enjoyable, and, you know, it doesn't have to be, like, game of the year for everybody to like it. In fact, there are plenty of games of the year that people don't particularly love all that much, and that's fine. It's just an experience that I didn't expect to have today, and I'm really glad that we got to have this game. I'm thinking, Mifa, what are you playing these days over on your corner of the internet?
My corner of the internet, we're doing a little bit of Dwarf Fortress and more Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, dwarves.
If nobody's trolling me on Final Fantasy, because I have certain channel rewards where no matter where I am playing whatever, people have forced me to go back to the Waking Sands.
Oh,
Well,
no!
you shouldn't have told them that you would pray return to the Waking Sands.
There's 4 different tiers, too. There's one where you just normally go. There's one without teleports. There's one without teleports and mounts. And then there's one with just straight up RP walking.
Oh, no! Oh, I love that. Oh, Mifa, that is hilarious. I'm gonna have...
Let's just say, getting from Ildishire to the Waking Sands with just normal walking and sprinting takes about 40 minutes.
Yeah, is that even with, like, changing to a bard and using the faster walking?
Nope, I don't have anything high enough for the Paladin, so it's just me with my Dark Knight plunging into enemies and sprinting.
Oh, no!
Oh, no. I mean, if you do it right, you can use enemies sort of as a speed boost, you know, target and do, like, a dash attack towards them, and then just target a further enemy and do a dash attack towards them and just sort of chain those, but, then you could also die doing that, you know? That's beautiful. I love it. I'm so glad you're doing that, Mifa. That's ridiculous. Well, yeah, thank you so much for coming and joining. Corndan, thank you for giving the game. I enjoyed
No
this
problem.
way more than I should have.
You know, I'm always happy when I give a game like, okay, this will be kind of questionable, it'll be fine. And it always turns out better than I think it's going to. Also, for fun reference, there's only going to be 2 people with 30 points going into round 4.
Yeah.
I think that's the least amount of people at 30 points we've had in a Kusog7ande since we put this format together.
It's because of you, Mifa. You did it. You did the upset. Well, thank you both so much. Everybody, I am going to go ahead and move over to Dwarf Fortress myself because the new Dwarf Fortress is out and we need to get a world going for our Steam friends. So I'll go ahead and do that. Take care, Corndan. Take care, Mifa. We'll see
Bye.
everybody for a little more Kusog7ande tomorrow.